Doing well here, Neil, and you?
Very good. And today's topic all about acetaminophen. Is there a connection between acetaminophen and bacterial resistance?
Well, yes, there is. Most people would call acetaminophen Tylenol. And of course, it has probably two, 20 or more names, brand names. In most other countries, it's called paracetamol. But the point is that with this fever, acetaminophen is a good fever reducer. So if you use it for that, it actually encourages the growth of bacteria and it decreases your body's own ability to fight the bacteria. So it's a double-edged sword.
How does Tylenol increase antibiotic resistance?
It actually accelerates the transfer of resistance between bacteria, making spread a little bit easier to do.
Can Tylenol affect gut health?
Yes, it increases permeability. So it makes it easier for the bacteria that are in the gut to get into the bloodstream and cause bloodstream infection or sepsis. And another name for increasing gut permeability would be leaky gut. That's probably what most people would recognize it as.
How is Tylenol made?
It actually, the new way is by bacteria. A lot of vaccines are made by bacteria, and that's actually how penicillin was made from a fungus.
Is Tylenol an antibiotic?
No, it isn't. It's a good fever reducer. We call that antipyretic. And it is also a little bit of a pain reliever, although I would say it's fairly useless as a pain reliever.
Is Tylenol a pain reliever?
No, it is not a good pain reliever at all.
Is there conflicting evidence regarding antibiotic resistance?
There are a few studies that actually show that Tylenol or acetaminophen helps helps fight bacteria, but the majority of evidence says that um, it's a problem. In other words, it increases the bacterial strength and numbers, and it decreases body's ability to fight them.
Are the effects of Tylenol on bacteria cause for concern?
Yes, I would say they are. This is a relatively new study, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of huffing and puffing about it. But um, there's an awful lot of talk about bacterial resistance, antibiotic resistance, overuse of antibiotics. It's as far as the WHO, the World Health Organization, they call this a serious problem, that is antibiotic resistance.
What is polypharmacy?
It is a whole bunch of medications. It's especially a problem in nursing homes, long-term care, where people are on lots of medications for sleep, depression, blood pressure, indigestion, and it makes the more medications you're on makes it increases the risk for bacterial resistance in the with when you use Tylenol or acetaminophen and ibuprofen, and they are especially bad together.
What happens to E. coli bacteria when it's exposed to Cipro, ibuprofen, and Tylenol?
Actually, it increases the strength, the virility of the bacteria. So um, you really don't want that combination. And the other problem is that it makes Cipro, which is a good antibiotic for E. coli, less effective.
How do ibuprofen and Tylenol increase bacterial resistance?
They decrease the body's defenses uh, they make it less effective method for fighting bacteria.
Is antibiotic resistance about more than just antibiotics?
Yes, it is. It has, again, there are polypharmacy is a real big problem, especially in nursing homes. So the more medications you're taking, the more of a problem you're talking about with antibiotic resistance that is associated with the use of Tylenol and Motrin.
All right. The best place to go is worlddocallen.com and pick up Pregnancy Your Way, available today.